Hello guys, MikuChibi here. Welcome back to another Sword Line Factor, and we have a special day because today it is Lisbeth's birthday. So happy birthday to Lisbeth! And in front of you, we also have her birthday order. So we're gonna review it. Short about it is a step-up banner with 3 steps. Step 1, 50% off. Step 2, regular price. And step 3, a guaranteed random 4-star Lisbeth. And in total, it's gonna cost you 6,250 a con gem to do 1 full rotation. And on step 2 and 3, you will see they have increased drop rate for the future new 4-star Elizabeth, which is these two. 1.3% for new and 2% for the new ones. And for the new Birthday skill, we have 2 new chain, 1 maze skill and 1 pass skill. Another happy day Elizabeth is a blonde water maze skill, and Dazzling in the mirror Elizabeth is a pass skill. And yeah, kinda excited to see what they do. And this banner is available till the 27th of May, so you have roughly 9 days on you to decide if you want to pull on this banner or not. And the first skill we're gonna have a look at is the passive, Dazzling in the Mirror Elizabeth. It has Iron Fist Punishment, Hot Blood Spear, Iron Fist Punishment for attack plus 500 when attacking with Blunt Element, good for axe and mace. Hot Blood Spear, as a buff, when you hit using switch, your own attack increase for 40 seconds, 10 stack plus 1.5% per stack. Basically, if you are able to max this, you are gaining close to 50% attack, and that is a big attack, a lot of attack. 50%, that is a lot, and definitely a really good pass skill if you know how to play around stack. And since it is a chain skill, meaning you will be using chain, of course, and for each chain you're doing where you have max limit broken skill, that will count as switch. So you can easily max this out pretty easily. 10 skill that is using switch, that is already 99 max stack, so should be really easy to achieve this stacking. For the effect, deals plus 5% water element damage to enemy, that is actually good. So this passive is not bad. This is a really good passive if you know how to play around stacking, and this passive is really good for any blunt water weakness. For example, in late game when you're doing floor 23, fighting the boss there that's weak to blunt and water. So this one is really good. Or any future boss, for example, we have Kill Showdown. Is there a boss that weak to blunt the water? I don't really know. Let's check. Let's see if we do have a boss that is weak to blunt the water. We have blunt frost, blah blah blah. Blunt water, it will be Dark Ashura, level 175. Alright, that is good. You can farm that if you want to, but you also can farm it with a party, so really useful. And next one, another happy day Elizabeth is a maze skill with Aqua Stamp skill animation, 26 SP, blunt water, 40-second cool time, 78 switch gate, and for 9 breakage, not bad. It does 2060% damage single target, Aqua Paddle buff, water element damage 1% per stack, 3 stack for 20 seconds, not bad. And if you're using switch, you'll gain 9 stack instead of 3. And when you're activating the chain state, you're dealing water damage plus 50% when using water skill, and attack plus 1000 while the buff to raise water damage is in effect. That is really good. So we have 2 really good skills here, 1 really good passive and 1 really good support skill. So if you're running a DPS maze set that is blunt water, having this one is really good. Otherwise, you can use this one in any build if you don't have water build or if you don't have any chain maze yet. Having this one is really good. And this rate for Elizabeth, we have 0.046%. And if you look on step 3, we should have 1% for the future. And when you go to guarantee, you have 50% chance to get the future and 50% to get non-future. Alright. That is not bad. Overall, I would say both skill here, the both birth skill is really good. And now, let's have a look on other Lisbeth skill. So, here we have all the Lisbeth skill recorded. You can see from chain, full burst, axle, connect, mod, awakening, burst, fodder, support, passive, ring, free skill, and the skills I think they're trash. And the bottom here we have her birthday, and this one, the passive, the Holy Powerized passive, it will not be included because it's not in the banner. It is still active in the Miracle Shot, which is this one here. It's still active till 1st May. So while this is active, this skill will not be in her birthday. So if you want the passive, then you have to pull on this banner. In this one, I have added the skills that I think are really good. So in chain category, I think these 2 are really good. In full burst, then the burst is really good. Axle, that's good. Mod skill, well, we know they are in a bad spot, but hey, they're still somewhat decent. Awakening, mostly support skill, Bird, the strong ones, and passive, the things I think are really good. Let's start with chain. We have two chain that you can get in her birthday. The first one, the 7th anniversary chain, and then Dance Lisbeth, which is a fire chain, which can be really nice to have. So two support skill that is really good for your build. Full burst, we have this one. This is from the 6th anniversary, I believe, right? 6th anniversary. This one is really good for any blunt earth weakness, which should be the Skull Reaper on floor 51. And for Chaos Showdown, blunt earth. Do I have blunt earth? That would be Dark Black Evil Spirit, level 110. Who cares about that? Axel, these are mostly for supporting if you're playing around stack, and they also give you a switch game, so these four are really nice. The first one, this one is really good because it has the muscle build up stacking, which can really be useful in your party. So if you're a player that is supporting your party, having this one is really good because most of your DPS really need muscle build up, and this one can be really useful, can support your teammates, so really nice. Then this one, Valentine Elizabeth, I believe this is the Earth stacking. So if you're playing DPS that is focused on Earth, having this one can be really nice. This one is Wind focus, so Wind focus stacking. And this one, this is another muscle build up, so really nice to have. And also is buffing Earth element damage if you activate Axel mode. So this one is really nice, a little bit stronger than this one, but if you use this one with this one, you have a really good synergy. Next, we have the connect skill. Lisbeth has many connect skill that can be really useful, and mostly the connect skill are mostly focused on supporting your build. So each of these connect skill can be really nice. I think this one is offensive connect dagger. So this one, if you are looking for offensive dagger connect, this one can be really nice to have. But the one thing I want to focus the most, I would say, will be this one. This one has stigma, which can be really nice debuff for the enemy, and also it has switch gate increase and also SP recovery, so it is really nice. But overall, all this connect skill is really useful. Mod skill, yeah, if you have seen my video about mod skill, you can check it out. I do talk about why mod skill is kind of in a bad state when it comes to full burst, etc. if you compare to that. But overall, mod skill is still fine. If you can use that, if you can play around that, then it's still fine. But I won't go through too much about them. Awakening, we have some real nice awakening skill, mostly our support skill that can be really useful. For example, this one, I think we call it Abeck Elizabeth or Blacksmith Elizabeth. This one is really nice because it buff your DPS if the enemy is weak to frost. So this one is really useful for this GOG right now because the GOG boss is weak to frost and fire, and this one is buffing frost damage. So this one can be really nice to have in your party. And then we have Stigma debuff, really nice to have as well. I'm pretty sure we have more. This one, if I remember, Black Elizabeth, this one is focused on blonde. So we have frost here, then we have blonde, and then this one, this was released in summer last year. This one is really nice, and this one is buffing slash, so really good for slash weakness content if you are building support, so really nice. And this one is also a blonde buffing damage, so enemy that weak to blonde, having this one will increase your blonde damage, so this one is really nice as well. Next up, we have the burst skill. Let's talk about these two first. These are really old one. This one is mostly focused on stacking. If you're building muscle build up, this one can be really nice to have. And this one is mostly focused on yourself stacking, so this one can be really nice. Not really useful nowadays because there are better option. You know, we have Axel, and then we have support skill that can do that. And this one was from last year, I believe, birthday skill. So this one is a really nice blood and dark, really strong as well at the moment when it comes to maze DPS. So this one is a nice burst dark DPS, and this one is focused on fire, I believe. Hopefully I'm right. This one is also really good. So yeah, so we have some good choice when it comes to burst skill. Fodder, we have some really good fodder. This one for axe, mostly really good. One slot mod axe, really nice to have in your mod axe. Then we have some mace skill that can be really useful. For example, this one can be really nice to have. 2 slot bonus. If you have mark on the enemy, it can increase your attack and deal more damage. Same goes for this one. Then we have this 3 slot bonus, really amazing. Definitely a skill that you can have in your mod maze. And then we also have this one slot that you can combine with other 2 slot or other 1 slot, can be really useful. For passive, she has some really good power skill. For example, we have two power rise here. If I remember, this one is focused on dark element, so this one can be really nice in your dark build, and this one is focused on, let's see if I remember, wind element, so this one can be really nice. Then we have Engrave. This one is really popular and being used mostly for endgame build. If you've seen some late game players that are using Lisbeth or any Engrave passive, which is Medina, AG, Lisbeth or Lifa right now. So this one is really useful if you can play around 3 Lisbeth skill in the set. Mostly popular in maze, but you can build around in rapier build, kind of popular there, and sometimes you can even do that in sword. Use really hard because you are restricted to have 3 Lisbeth. So with this one, then you have to add 2 more Lisbeth skill, and you can do that actually. For example, you can add, for example, veteran technique Lisbeth. This one can be really useful, really nice to have. Or power rise for Lisbeth can be also really good. This one is recent release. I don't remember when this one got released, maybe like 2-3 months ago, but this one is one of the first path skill that many maze users really want, which is King of Maze. Really nice, gives you a flat 900 attack, I believe, right? And also you apply Mark 2 skill of specific character. I believe it was not Lisbeth, but something else. Was it Koharu? I don't really remember, but you needed to equip something to apply the mark, and also it gives you switch gain, so that is a really nice. And lastly, we have some ring that can be really useful. For example, this one, if you are applying a buff on yourself, you are gaining attack, which can be really nice. If you have a lot of flat attack, then having a % attack can be really nice to have, so this one can be really good. And then we have sleep resistant, so really nice. Then we have some free skill, which we don't really need to go through, and the trash skill I don't think is really worth to go through. So that was all Lisbeth skill, and now let's move on to the big question here. Is this banner worth to summon on? Well, if you're a maze user and need a lot of Lisbeth or like Lisbeth as a character, then this banner is definitely worth it. Or if you have any specific skill, for example, you have the Engrave and you need more Lisbeth skill, then sure, definitely worth to summon on. Because Lisbeth do have some really nice pass skills, some support skill, Awakening Bird, etc. Any different skill here, they are really good. If you plan to play a little bit more support, having more support for your teammate can be really nice as well. So Lisbeth Birthday Banner is definitely worth it, especially these 2 skills here. Really nice for the late game floor, and especially if you're playing around stacking, these 2 is really nice to have in your set as well. I mean, the passive is really nice. You are getting up to 50% attack, which is a lot. Really nice to have, and also additional 500 flat attack. So that is nice for your maze or axe build. Really nice to have. And then we have a support maze that is focused on water element damage. Really nice to have as well. So definitely really good banner to summon on if you are a maze user or need a lot of Lisbeth. Really nice to have. New players, if you are interested in using maze, where you have maze DPS and doing a maze support, then Lisbeth is definitely a good option to do. Otherwise, you do have other option to summon on. Miracle Shot Order, really nice banner to have because you can get Alice and Lisbeth. These 2 are really nice. You have a Full Burst Sword and a Power Rise 3 passive that synergize pretty well. Then you also have Koharu, really nice to have as well, additional, and Yujo if you want to have that, that is still really good. Or you can also do the Grand Order if you're looking for more buff skill. Doing Grand Order is also really nice to have. You have 8% drop rate, really nice as well. I mean, all the buff skill is really good. As long as you can also get any skill from 2023 and 2024, they are really nice. So you have some really good option. Or you can also wait for Yuki's birthday if you want to do that. We do have Yuki's birthday in what, 6 days, 5 days from now. So that is something you can also save for. And all players, if you're not interested in Lisbeth or any of her skill, or you don't really like to use maze, then you can pretty much save and skip this banner. So yeah, the bird skill and other Lisbeth skill, they are good. So if you need more Lisbeth skill, then this banner is the best time to do it, because this only focus on Lisbeth skill. So yeah, that is for me. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this banner review, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care now, and bye bye.